So I'm going to close the door because I imagine that if my roommates who all play Equestria or hear this, they're going to come in here and start giving their opinions. And that's not necessarily what we want to be doing. So, yeah. We're going to take a look at Equestria War's focus trees, and I'm going to rate them. This is not something I necessarily want to be doing because I'm one of the writers for Equestria War. There's like 100 of us though, so I understand that I am criticizing some of my coworkers' work, and I hope they don't take it personally. But a patron asked me to do this. I made the template for it right here, and so I'm going to be doing this. So first one is the Octerian Order. Let's get the capture going. Octerian Order. Let's go take a look at the Octerian Order's focus tree. I feel like, having played this the Octerian Order only twice, I don't have enough experience necessarily to give a solid rating to it, but I would go with including the, I think there's, alright, so doctor's appointment decided to interrupt my recording. Anyway, back to the Octerian Order. I feel like I like the fact that there are decisions to be made all through the political tree. Economically, I mean, it's a tiny nation, so this tiny focus tree makes sense, but these are 70-day focuses, so this isn't perfect. A lot of these are 70-day focuses, by the way. I feel like this tree could use a little expansion over here on the economic tree, and I feel like that should be addressed. I also feel like they start with bolt action rifle. I kind of wish they didn't start with bolt action rifle. I kind of wish they started back here with breech loaders or even down here with muzzle loaders. And then you had focuses to get the bolt action, or even better if you researched it prior. But I'm gonna say we're gonna give the Octerian Order a solid A. It needs some tweaks here. Some things take too long. 70-day focuses really do hurt a smaller nation like this, and especially on the industrial focuses over here, these need to be toned down to 50 or 35-day or 40-day focuses to make them worth going to go get. I think most of these, yeah, almost all of this is 70-day focus. I feel like as a smaller nation, this shouldn't be 70-day focuses. I also feel like there should be a tree after the Undead War, because remember, this is a game that goes to 1022, and if you're playing the Octerian Order on default, the Dread League doesn't make a move until 1015. That's 8 years. You basically sit around for 8 years and do nothing. I feel like that's the biggest flaw of the Octerian Order, is you do a lot of roleplay, but you really don't do anything for like 8 to 10 years. And that needs to be addressed with maybe some other minor focuses or minor things here and there. So it could use some tweaks. It's good. Could use some tweaks. Let's see. Who do we have next? I believe that is Ostland. I have played every country in this game. So before you get all weird... Yep, that's Ostland. So this is their initial focus tree, and it's good. There's decisions in it that affect everything, that change what focus tree you're going to go to. Once you hit a new age, you get an entirely different focus tree. I like this. Auslin's focus tree is really well thought out. It's really complex. There's a hidden focus tree. There's a primary focus tree. This is good. Auslin doesn't need any more work. I am 100% behind this one. This is clearly an S focus tree. Like, this is great. All right. Next, all right. So that's I can't actually view that through the standard method. Equestria at war. That is, I believe, one of the breakaway countries from the Equestrian Civil War. Yep, Aslan Free State. This is right here. I feel like the Aslan Free State is much better thought out than its opponents. The Celestial State and the Disciples of the Moon, the Aslan Free State's actually thought out. Because it's got this nice big tree. It has a pre-unification tree and it has a post-unification tree. It's very well thought out. It's very well engaging. It gives decisions to the player, and at the same time, they're not 70-day focuses. So this could use some post-Civil War, post-Changeling War tweaks. Maybe another minor tree to determine your own core that either determines you go your own way or you reunify with the Equestrians, which wouldn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, this is really good. I think you're the Freetown of Griffiths, aren't you? I think you're the Freetown of Griffiths. Is that right? No, that's wrong. Let me move this so you guys can. Let me move my camera so you guys can actually see the. You're not the Freetown of Griffiths. Who are you? I thought you were the Freetown of Griffiths there for a little. Oh, you're Farbrook. Yeah, you're Farbrook. Or, yeah. This is Far. Am I gonna? No, that's shoot, I don't remember. I don't remember your name exactly. Anyway, this is part of the River Federation nations. My current mods are actually kind of interfering with the name. I don't know why. Let's actually hit T debug and see if I can figure out why it's not displaying your name. You're Bakara. That's who you are. You're Bakara. Bakara, so I'm using a mod to give Toulouse a focus tree. Because I think Toulouse, having been in here for longer, having had a true focus tree for longer than most of these, should have one, and it doesn't. But you're Bakara. That's why you don't show up right. Because that mod interferes with it. Totally understand. I should have turned those off. That's on me. But Bakara's focus tree, I am in love with. I've played Bakara once. And I remember playing it, and this is just amazingly well done. There's plenty of focuses in here that are only 50, 40, or shorter. There's a couple that are 70, but then you run into stuff and it's like, oh, 35. Okay. It really keeps the player engaged. There's a bunch of decisions you have to make, and once you make those decisions, there's no going back. This is both, so the military tree here, you've got Air Force decisions, naval decisions. This is one of the most, if not the most comprehensively well done naval tree. The entire naval system for all of Equestria War needs a rework as a whole. Because there's still stuff in here like heavy, research bonus for heavy and light cruiser and a research bonus for battle cruiser. Those don't exist anymore. Ban the guns and law resistance, basically, those don't exist anymore. And I feel like we should update for that. But yeah, this entire tree is just excellently done. And there's no getting around it. You have the River Republic focuses to make you leader of the River Republic and unify that way. You have a military tree that's massive and expansive, and you have an economic tree that not only has decisions in it, but when you take these economic decisions is just as important as which ones you decide to take. Like sticking to the sea or going or creating the land development basically locks you in. But this is great. Whoever designed this, 10 out of 10. Would Bakara again. Bakara, great. This is a breakaway nation. This is the Baltimore Republic. And of all the breakaway nations, this is the one breakaway nation. As you can see here as I scroll down, I don't feel this needs work. I've played the Baltimore Republic. The thing I feel like it needs work with is its starting military is too inferior to actually deal with the other breakaway nations that are next to it that it's in a civil war with. But no, the focus tree is absolutely. You get this initial focus tree, and then you get this huge expansive focus tree after that has a dozen branches. Great job. So we're gonna move on. Baltimore Republic doesn't need work. This one I might not have even played. The Baron Ongiver. Let's take a look at Ongiver. I haven't played every nation. Barony of Ongiver is one of them. I've played the Patron Principality because I thought about it playing a completely batshit ruler. Yeah. The Barony of Ongiver. Let's take a look. Okay, so first off, this is one of the few focus trees where it just straight up says Napalm. Okay. Got my attention. There is a founding a navy tree. I like that. Since you're a landlocked nation, you definitely need one of these trees that founds a navy. And it's expansive enough that it counts. It's not expansive enough that I really like it, but it's expansive enough that it counts. This economy tree, I hate it. Just looking at it, I hate it. This is probably why I didn't play it. There's no decisions here. You need all of this. There's no decisions. I hate this. You need to actually have, like, this or that. Take your pick and you're stuck with it type of deals for me. I really like having those type of decisions where once you take the decision, that locks you into a playstyle for that particular country, and Ongiver doesn't have that for its economy. It barely has it for its military. Basically, you're going to end up offensive or defensive, no in between. And you have... I like that it's going to let you pick your doctrine as the first thing you do. I don't like this. Especially since they give about the same recruitment bonus. The only difference is this is reinforce rate and recovery versus attack and defense. Literally, if I was going to have to pick between these two sides, as I can have the rest of these focuses eventually, but if I'm going to pick defensive or offensive, I'm going to pick offensive every time. Additional attack and defense and organization will do more for me than 0.5% recruitable population. Recovery rate is not going to, and reinforce rate is not going to save me. This will save me. So I'm going to pick this every single time. We've been giving away a lot of A's and S's. I think Ongiver is going to be like a C. Naval tree is there. The army tree and economy tree need reworking. And yeah, I definitely feel like it's there. Now I'm going to take a look real quick just in case I'm missing something. Because again, I haven't played the Barony of the Ongiver before. And I might be missing something. So we're going to take a look and see if there's like a hidden tree or something here on the wiki. If there's not, then either the wiki needs to be updated or it doesn't exist. And yeah, there is 100% a hidden tree. This is what I should be. This is why I haven't played it, because there's the hidden tree to become the new Griffonian Empire, and I should be able to see that when I'm selecting the country. Not being able to see this two entire trees. I can't see Lear's Empire. I can't see these. I should be able to see them and see them locked to what. This is one of the biggest problems with Equestria at War is there's hidden trees. That's fine. Having a hidden tree and redoing the whole focus tree, that's a cool thing. But having a focus tree that is essential, like this one, be a hidden focus tree doesn't make any sense. I should be able to see them and see what I'm locking myself out of when I start playing. This is one of the reasons why I haven't played the Barony of the Ungiver. Look at all this. All these hidden focus trees. So the biggest rework here and the biggest takeaway here is make it where I can see some of these to start with. Please make it where I can see some of these so I'm encouraged to play it. We're going to move you up to a B. Because they're there, they're just hidden. Again, we run into a country. This is not going to be a common theme. I don't think I've ever even seen this flag. Whose flag is this? Cross swords. Barony of Arn. Antique. Where is... I don't think I've ever seen them. They're part of the Corinthian Pact. Okay, that's Wingbardy. Yeah, this is... this country always gets run over. I've never played them or thought about them because they always just get run over. Oh my god. What have I been missing? Holy shit. It doesn't look like much zoomed out, but... Oh. So there's a military coup here. There is a democracy here. There's a new army path here. There's communism. There's monarchy, democracy there. Supremacy path. There's an army rework. There's an economy rework with a option out the gate to decide your play style, and you either break away from or stay with Wingbardy. And there's an Air Force tree. No Navy tree. I understand no Navy tree for a landlocked nation. At least having it would be nice, but I understand not having it for a landlocked nation. Maybe it's hidden. Hold on, let me go. Let's go actually look at these guys. I've never played them because they always seem so minor and out of the way. Do they have more? No, it's just this focus. Okay, it's just this tree. So, no Navy tree is definitely a side effect. I like the fact they have napalm. Like, just having this focus is a hilarious thing to put into, and I like the meme of it, and I definitely like having it. I don't like that the Air Force has no options. I don't like that the economy only has the one option, and these are 70-day focuses, aren't they? Yeah, these are 70-day focuses. I don't like that the army tree here basically has one choice, and then the rest of it is you can have it all. The political tree, however, is extremely well done. You definitely see the choice here at the start, supremacy or someone else's path. Having an election between communism, royalists, and democracy. I see 35-day, 49. Yeah, definitely had some thought put into how long these focuses are. That's great, actually. So this, the political focus tree, except for maybe you should do a little rework over here with supremacy, maybe give some options with it just to make it interesting. This way, you know, since supremacy is the default, that's cool and all, but having the ability to go supremacy and then doing something different with that supremacy would be nice. Army tree needs work. Economy tree, I like the start, and then the rest of it I don't like because it sets you on a path and you stay on that path the entire time. I get this is a minor though, so I kind of expected this focus tree. And no Navy tree at all. Some of you might know I'm really big into the Navy stuff for Hearts of Iron because it's actually fun to me. I'm going to rate this a B. It needs a little rework and a Navy tree added to it. It's almost an A, but definitely a B. Okay, I know this one. Rumaire. Yes, the Barony of Rumaire. Let's have a look. So remember how I said this is a minor and I kind of expected it? I'm going to show you this on the map. This is Rumaire. This is Sparletto. The one we just did is Sparletto. Rumaire has a territory. Decision out the gate. and that sets you on a path, and it is definite, and it's a well thought out path. There's definitely thought into, and these are 56-day focuses mostly. There's thought in how long those focuses are. There's all of this work and investment in the economy. There's military. You get 2 decisions, one for doctrine, and then later one for recruitment size, more recruitable population, or quality. And you even have this tiny air tree. I feel so bad for it. No navy tree, but Rumaire will never get a navy. It's simply just probably not possible. I would like it if they did. See, this unlocks decisions. You're going to start... I can't see Rumaire if Rumaire starts with decisions, but yeah, you're probably going to start with some decisions you have to make. What's your starting national spirit, too? Ruined is a ruination is a term coined by Rumarians to describe the gradual decline of the Rumarian language, cultures, and traditions. Oh, nice. Yeah, this is pretty good. The Air Force tree probably could use just a little more expansion. Maybe 3 or 4 more focuses here. I feel like this Air Force tree should also be cut down to 30-day focuses, because you're not getting a lot out of any one of these. This military tree, it's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, for a tiny country, this is actually pretty good. You've got 2 major decisions to make. It's relatively quick and to the point. It definitely gets your technology up. This economy tree is fantastic. There's no decisions, and I don't like that. But I do like that it's not 70-day focuses. Some of these should probably be shortened to 35-day focuses or 40-day focuses, but this is great. Your political tree over here, I don't like that if you go save what can be saved, it's done here. Like, this is the end. Look at what's went into the other tree. The other side of this. This needs to be expanded upon. I feel comfortable giving Rumaire a B. Needs a little rework. Air Force needs some tweaks, and the economy tree could use some focus reductions. But Rumaire, okay, pretty good. Who is this? I haven't played that. See, we're running into all the little minors in Griffiths that I haven't played. I think this is Witten. No, Winland. Oh, Barrett. Oh no, I played Barrett once. So the reason why I haven't ever played Barrett more than once, I played it last night just to experiment with it. Look at what you get to see when you start playing Barrett. Anybody see the problem here? All of it's hidden. Now let me show you what Barrett actually looks like, so you understand why I would be just a little curtailed by this one. So this is what you start. Oh, the wiki doesn't even have it. So the wiki, the people who update the wiki haven't even updated this. Let me see if I can load the save from last night. Yeah, I can. I can load the autosave from last night. So this is an autosave from... Oh, no, I think this autosave's too late. I think I'm going to have to load back before this autosave. We're going to try 2 loads and see if it gets it to work. And if it doesn't, then I'll just say fuck it. This is after the... No, this is not after... No. Oh, this is after... Yeah, this is big spoilers for Barrett. Big spoilers. And I'm gonna say there are problems with Barrett, having played through it last night and the night before. There are big problems. So I saved it here because this is one of the mini games you do, and I don't approve of these mini games. I do not approve of them. There's 2 mini games hidden in here. I like how they're there, but the spaghetti code to put them together, and the fact that you could have done it with the in-game systems, which would have made it better, is what really perturbs me. And you have no way of preparing for these mini games or knowing what's going to happen. It's entirely random chance. I have tried 100 combinations to get through this mini game. I found 4 that worked, and then when I tried to repeat their exact combinations, see if they worked twice in a row, they don't. So this is random luck. But Barid has a very interesting tree. It has very interesting mechanics. It keeps the player on edge. Part of the mechanics is in here. Is going through and trying to keep the other 4 of the Pentiarchy working together without getting them so much working together that they're willing to betray you. So you have to kind of balance it, or they overthrow you and everybody dies. But I do really like the whole Darkest Dungeon idea. I don't like that by taking this focus, I didn't know that this would happen. So by taking this focus, I've been playing for 3 game years now. I've killed Leopold. Leopold's gonna die. There's nothing I can do. He's either gonna kill the Titan with him, or he's gonna die. And this irritates me because I had no way to prepare for this. I had no way to... And the in-game mechanics would have made more sense. It would have made more sense to allow me to take my divisions that I've been working on in training, have something spawn here, and I have to kill it with those divisions within a certain time limit. That would have made more sense. There's also like an RPG game that plays out later. Again, really creative, but really creative isn't necessarily something that I personally enjoy. I feel like Barid's mystery is great, but Barid's mystery should be more apparent that it's there. Because having only played it once now, because I didn't know what was all underneath it, it discourages players from playing it. So I feel like this is a B. It's really creative, but the creativity might not necessarily be the best thing for Hearts of Iron. This Barid story feels like it would play out better if it was in a RPG game, not a grand strategy game. All right, Black Rock. Oh boy, I got some things to say about you. Black Rock's bandits have a decent sized focus tree for a minor, but it's almost all of it's locked away. You either go bandit queen, or you go royalty, or you go communism. There is no democracy. There's no real route here for democracy. Because at best you're going to get non-aligned with there's no route here for democracy. There's no route here for there's no route here basically for harmony, I should say, not democracy, harmony. The communist route is definitely superior for what it gives you. So game mechanically, communism is the best choice for BlackRock. And then up here, your economy tree is a wreck. You either you decide one of the 3, and the 3 are based on the government you decide, so you're not actually deciding these. This is not an actual decision. The decision is made over here under politics, and then you're locked in. And it's awful. All total from the communism tree, you get 1 mil, 1 civ, some infrastructure, and then suddenly your economy's done. All total from the non-aligned side of things, you get some infrastructure, 2 civs, 2 building slots, and a national focus for population and construction speed, crystals and resource efficiency, and another civ. And then you're done. And if you go the BlackRock route, you get infrastructure, civs, mills, more civs, and a discount on equipment. So out of these 3 trees, this is just straight up superior. So I feel like these weren't balanced very well. They're also 70-day focuses again. This should really be extended. At least 5 more focuses in each one. I haven't played this more than twice because I feel disgusted with the political tree. There's no decision making beyond what politics you're going to follow, and it's exactly as it sounds all the way through. And the bandit tree is, again, the superior. Game mechanically, the bandit tree is awesome, and then game mechanically, the communism and harmony tree are good for multiplayer games if you're going to ally with harmony or ally with non-aligned, more non-aligned than harmony, really, or ally with communism. And the worst part about Rumaire's tree is if you're puppeted, this all goes away and you get a generic tree. That's the worst part. And again, this is the military tree. This is the entire army tree. For a kingdom of bandits, I would expect like 20 and 35-day focuses and like half a dozen of them. And they give like one bonus, but, you know, they're rapid fire. Because, you know, you're improvising, you're bandits, you're trying to just make it work. The fact that the non-aligned / harmony tree here goes grand battle plan and you're stuck with it. There is no option here to go superior firepower. Let me repeat that. There is no option here to go superior firepower. So basically one of your doctrine potentials is just cut off. And then your air and navy tree are... So your navy tree is ass backwards. I'm saying that out loud. Your navy tree is ass backwards. You get carriers, submarine, then destroyer. And you only get one focus for destroyer models. You get all 4 submarines. You can get all... Let me say that again. You can jump through... And you start with sub 1s. You can pound to sub 4 and snorkel 1 off the back of your 1 focus. Also, does anyone else find it weird? Oh, this is Equestria. But yeah, you don't start with sub 1s, excuse me. But you can just grab... I was looking at Equestria's tech. I should have realized that. That's on me. But yeah, you can just pound from sub 1 to 4 off of 1 focus. And you get carriers before you get destroyers. This is ass backwards. Your air tree is... It's not good. It's not bad. But yeah, I feel like BlackRock has a better potential than this, wholeheartedly. I understand that BlackRock hasn't ever been redone, I don't think. If it has, I would be surprised. But as it stands, this needs an overhaul. BlackRock is the first one. Straight up overhaul. All right, we're going to go to the Buffalo. And I'm going to say this with a straight face. No. Just no. The Buffalo tree either allies with or flips off Equestria. This is what you're looking at to start with. And most of it is reliant on Equestria. Like this entire section of the tree, everything from here over, is reliant on an Equestrian civil war. This is reliant on an Equestrian civil war. So this tree, this part of the tree, we shouldn't even account for in most games. And then you have your own civil war to deal with. I do not like this tree. I do not like it. The people who have played, other people who have played the Buffalo have expressed, we get it, it's a minor, but dear God, can you please rework it? So, Buffalo Focus Tree is another one that's, it needs an overhaul. It needs an overhaul, and it might even, it's not quite F tier, but it definitely needs an overhaul. Okay, this is a formable country, so I can't view them in the game right now. They are the Celestial State. Celestial State. Yeah, here's the biggest problem I have with the Celestial State. That's the entire tree. There's another tree that's hidden once the Civil War ends, and it's very short. The Celestial State also it's adequate, but it needs an update. It needs some additional stuff, particularly post-Civil War stuff. Now we're going to get into someone who's big and bad. The Changeling Lands, our first major. I didn't order these, by the way. They came this order. Changeling Lands. First and foremost, your initial political tree here. This needs some rework. These 70-day focuses when you've got so many things to do are killing you. The most recent example, we were playing a multiplayer game on Sunday. Little Pip's playing the Changelings. And in order to get the War to fire before we got too much world tension because we're playing a multiplayer game, she didn't do the polar bears. She doesn't even have her 4th research slot. She's right here on this tree. She's through this. She's got dedicated panzer production, and she's got reorganized the army. But these repeated 70-day focuses kill this tree and drag it out, and it makes me want to pull my hair out, and it disgusts me. This needs to be shortened. Particularly this section here. Once you get past Vrax and Decirum, this needs to be shortened to the 49-day focuses, so you can actually get your research slots and still be able to pressure the polar bears in Alinea and start the war with 4 research slots, if not 5. Your army revitalization tree. I hate this tree. They're 56-day focuses. That's fair. I hate this tree. All it does is give you research. It gives you a little army XP. It gives you research, and then at the very end, you make a game-altering decision that gives you a single national spirit. This needs some attention. Revitalize the Luftwaffe. It's all. Save for Swarm the Sky or Bomber Command. This is all research. Every single bit of it. I have never seen players even go into this because it's all just research. And the naval focus tree is god-awful as well because it's all research. It doesn't... and because of the way it's locked up, no one goes in here and does this. You get one single thing. 100. You don't have to pay the 150. Actually, I think you do still have to pay for it. Hold on. Do you still have to pay for it? Yeah, you still have to pay for it. You still have to pay for the political power, but you basically unlock a naval high command. But this is all research. There's no benefit to, like, this needs to be reworked, this needs to be reworked, and this needs to be reworked. Alicorn Sunset and all of this is excellent. This is amazing. This is the leading up to the war and the actual war focuses, great stuff. Pax Chrysalis, amazing shit. Like, absolutely fantastic, amazing. Don't change this. Shorten these. Rework this, and this. Seriously. These are all bad. At present, I would tell players with a absolute straight face, do not take the army revitalization tree or the Luftwaffe one or the Navy one. Just don't do it. You're going to get more benefit out of your political tree and out of down here. I do like that if you do the Thoraxian Betrayal and you switch sides, there's an entire focus tree for that. But this is going to fall into B. This is a B tier. Changeling Lands B tier. First major, we're going to put it up front. Changeling Lands B tier. Okay, next one. I think that's Aquila, isn't it? I always don't recognize their flag because it changes. No, that's not Aquila. Okay, who are you? I don't, Flowenia. Flowenia, another minor. Here we go. All the way zoomed in to this tiny freaking speck. And guess what? It's a hidden tree. So now let's go take a look at the actual focus tree for Flowenia. And you're going to be surprised. Because I'm pleasantly surprised by Flowenia's focus tree here. Or at least what's hidden underneath the veneer. Look at this. So Flowenia has a decision that will then set you onto one of 4 focus trees, and all of them are good. You have the supremacy focus tree. There's no decisions after you make your ideology decision as far as focuses go in the supremacy one. In the harmony one, you have decision. You have a role play decision that affects your army. You have another decision that affects your economy for the rest of the game. In the communist one, it's really different and really crazy. And then at the end, you have a decision to either be isolationist or communist or kind of a little expansionist, but really just kind of helping everyone else go communist. And then you're not a line tree. You have an initial decision on whether you want to go I am the king, shut up, or let's work this out. And then you have another one down here where you get to take everyone's dirty secrets and use them against each other. So Flowenia, the only thing I would do to Flowenia is make it where you can see the trees. It's excellent. I've played Flowenia a couple times. It's excellent. New Maryland. New Maryland's great. I encourage people who are new players to play New Maryland. New Maryland's obscene. Now, that doesn't mean New Maryland's perfect. There are 3 things that I would have done with the New Maryland rework that weren't done. First and foremost, this government and exile tree is too cramped. I feel like it would be a little better if you had, because, no, hear me out, even in a single player game, the challenge of New Maryland taking on the Changeling Lands after they conquered Equestria and liberating them is insurmountable. In a multiplayer game where you have allies, it's doable, but in a single player game, this is worthless. And since a lot of stuff is made for single player, I would encourage the devs to consider doing some rework here and extend this tree to give you some civilian and military factories and more than 50,000 pony power. Give me some recruitable population factor, because 50,000 pony power is on 20 division templates is 4 divisions. That's it. And you need hundreds of divisions. The Strength and Equestria Ties, this is an amazing tree. It's very well thought out, very well designed. You have decisions that have to be made. Your economy tree needs some work. Particularly down here. Because there should be stuff after this to further integrate the Griffins into you. And also potentially some stuff to let you core out some Griffin nations. There should be like a victory over Wingbardi tree, because Wingbardi is basically encouraged to come kill you. And there's not one in any of these trees. There's no victory. There's Strike Wingbardi in the 13th district, and that's it. There should really be a victory over Wingbardi. The other problem I have is that the Thestrial Act is over here, and it's not mentioned over here. And that should be added to your political tree as well. I do like all of the hidden trees. There are dozens of hidden trees for New Maryland. There's Marsoc, there's Lunar Empire, there's Solar Empire. There is a couple of others. There's a bunch of hidden trees for New Maryland that you can go find. I like this, how the industrial tree gradually scales up, particularly to give you more resources, because you desperately need those. The Air Force tree is really good, but not excellent. The national spirits it gives you, like this is the design I really like seeing when it doesn't give you just research bonuses, but gives you actual things that legitimately affect how you play. But I really wish that Scout the Seas did the same thing. Because I always take Fly or Die, I never take Scout the Seas because I don't need this. I never take Expand the Anti-Air Network because unless I'm playing multiplayer and facing strategic bombers, because I don't need this. I take South Bales. I feel like this focus right here should be the start of the tree. I feel like this should be the start of the tree, and this should be second, because getting radar at the start of the tree would be awesome. So just flipping these. Navy tree needs a full rework, especially for a nation who's as heavily reliant on imports as New Maryland. This Navy tree sucks. I've seen better Navy trees in the vanilla Hearts of Iron game before Man the Guns than this. Army trees absolutely goddamn amazing. You get research bonuses for these over here. It's kind of like this circle of research bonuses. And then in here is you're playing New Maryland, let's change how you play the game deal. And then at the bottom, it really emphasizes special forces, and I like that because New Maryland should be mostly special forces. I've had it where I have 7 infantry divisions and 7 Pegasi divisions, and everyone's like, how do you have that? And I'm like, I'm New Maryland. So I like that. The Army tree is amazing. The Navy tree and the Air Force tree needs some tweaks. Navy tree needs an overhaul. Political tree needs to have the Thestrials added into it because they have it over here, and they even have a way to genocide them. I didn't say that out loud, but they don't have it over here. And the negotiating with the Griffin clans should be more extensive than I picked 2 focuses. There should be at least 4 total focuses that I have to take to finish this up and actually get a legitimately good benefit out of it besides just fixing the problems. Especially since I went with Equestria and went with Friendship, I should get some better benefits from Friendship than just fixing the problems. We should actually see some tangible benefit. Because if I go over here to the Communist tree, I do see tangible benefit. I get an increase in base stability. I get my recruitable population goes through the roof. I get minorities are encouraged. I get a national spirit that gives me extra production efficiency. I get more recruitable population. Like I do get a huge benefit from the Thestral and the racial harmony sections of the Communist tree. And with the New Maryland rework, I like that they reworked all of these. All of these alternative trees are fucking awesome, and I encourage you to play every one of them. This tree is really the new player tree. So now that I've ranted about New Maryland because I've played it 100 times, good, needs a little tweak. Navy tree rework, tweak the Air Force tree, and add some Thestrial and more Griffin stuff to the political tree. And it would actually last past 1015. As it stands, New Maryland's focus tree lasts maybe to 1015 unless Equestria falls. And the government in exile, I really wish there was just one last focus that was activate government in exile for Equestria decisions. Like just straight up activate those would fix it. But they want to do it a different way. That's fair. So who we got next? Appaloosa. Formable nation. Confederated South States. I've played them once. Just to see what they were. And I'm going to be honest. Was impressed. Didn't want to play them again. The focus tree is really short. And they're basically expected to either be invaded by the Changelings or invaded by Equestria. And if you succeed at becoming the new Equestria, there's no tangible benefit. There's no additional focus tree that I saw at the time. I clarified that statement that I saw at the time. So this is adequate, but it needs an update. Bronze Hill. Bronze Hill. I can just take a look at it in game. What am I doing on the wiki? Sometimes I'm dumb. and I own up to that. I am sometimes just retarded. Bronze Hill. I've played them twice. That's what I gotta say. It's exactly what I gotta say. You have a fantastic political tree that you can stand with the Griffonian Empire regardless of which way it goes, or you can go your own way and be harmony, supremacist, or communist, your choice, or you can stand with the non-aligned. I like that there's a non-aligned faction in the game that is one of the majors. I like that you can become a major here with Bronze Hill. I like the March on Griffinheim idea. I like the fact that there's focuses specifically for you, for if Grover the Sixth ascends the throne. I have always had a fantastic time playing Bronze Hill, supporting the Equestria, the Griffonian Empire, and choosing to not integrate and instead maintaining our independence as a vassal. I'm happy to be a puppet for them, and this is just a fantastic fucking tree. You have an economic tree over here, but also part of your economy is directly integrated into your political tree and completely separate. You have a navy tree that actually does stuff. It actually does stuff. Besides, a lot of this you're seeing right now is research bonuses. That's fair. But you have a national spirit that comes with this. Decrease production cost in exchange for max range. So all of your ships are short range. You get admirals out of the deal. And then this ship forges thing, when I got it, gave me a lot of extra dockyards. There's a reference to the 82nd Airborne in here for your paratroopers. You're encouraged to make paratroopers as Bronze Hill, by the way. You're actually encouraged to do that because they work really well in conjunction with the Griffonian Knights from the Griffonian Empire. But yeah, this Bronze Hill, S tier, straight up S tier tree, no questions asked. Some of these flags, okay. So I have never, in all of my 700... I've played Hearts of Iron for 700 hours. At least 400 to 500 of that is Equestria War. I have never seen Sino Lycia beat anything but a puppet. I've played them once and I still got puppeted because they're just... They don't have the power. And I think part of that is here in their focus tree that's so focused on research and less focused on national spirits. It's so, like, their army is absolutely focused on research and doesn't focus on giving them some unique national spirits besides the mountain guns that give their artillery and anti-tank battalions extra movement, which at the end of the day isn't going to save you. I don't like them. This is going to be a long video, if you can tell, because we have to go over all of these. I'm probably going to break this up into multiple parts. But yeah, I feel like this should be a powerhouse, and it's not, and it upsets me. I'm not sure what's wrong with it, if it's something in the AI, if it's something in their position on the map. But they almost always either get puppeted by the Minotaurs, or they get puppeted by the Federated Parishes, or they get puppeted, or they get eaten by the GLA. I've never had them do anything else. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm not sure what's wrong. I'm going to say it needs a little rework. And that, for now, is where we're going to end this one. We're coming up on some good ones. Griffenheim, Crystal Empire, the Lunar Empire, the Equestrian Liberation Front, Equestria. So for part 2, we're going to be going through those. And then for part 3, I think we're going to probably pick part 3 up at Wingbardy and finish this out. So let's see what we have for part 2.